There's a skill that so many people in tech, especially hackers, just skip. But it's a skill that can save them hours of work and help them find things that absolutely everyone else misses. It's called Regex. I know, regular expressions doesn't exactly sound thrilling, does it? But trust me, it's one of those skills that once you get it, feels like you've unlocked a superpower. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this secret search engine and see exactly how it works.
So why do we call it a secret weapon? What makes this skill the thing that can separate the pros from the amateurs? Well, it all comes down to one thing: finding that tiny, critical needle in a massive, overwhelming haystack of data.
Cybersecurity expert Nahum Sek, well, he just puts it perfectly. We live in a world of automated tools, right? But the ability to craft your own super precise search gives you this massive edge. It's a difference between just making a lot of noise and actually finding the valuable secrets.
So what is this thing, really? At its heart, it's a special kind of language, a way to describe patterns in text. Okay, here's the official textbook definition for you. A regular expression, or regex for short, is a sequence of characters that helps you find specific patterns inside a body of text. Simple enough, right? It's a language for describing those patterns.
But honestly, a much better way to think about it is like this. It's just your normal, everyday search, but with superpowers. You see, instead of searching for a static word like password, you're searching for a concept, like what an email address looks like, or the pattern of an API key, or a specific type of subdomain.
All right, so how does this superpower actually work? Let's break down the basic syntax. We're going to build a pattern from the ground up, and you'll see it's probably a lot simpler than you think.
So you pretty much always start with what's called a character set. This just tells the search engine what kind of characters you're looking for. In this case, /A tells the engine to match any single lowercase letter from A to Z. So if you ran this on the word Nahumsek, you'd actually get 8 separate matches, one for each letter.
Now watch this. By adding just a single plus sign, everything changes. This little guy is called a quantifier, and it tells the engine, hey, find one or more of the last thing I told you to look for, all in a row. So now instead of finding 8 individual letters, our pattern matches the entire word as one single thing. See the difference?
And there are really 2 key quantifiers you need to know. There's the plus sign, which we just saw. It requires at least 1 character to be there. Then there's the asterisk, which matches 0 or more. That one's super useful when a part of the pattern you're looking for might be optional.
Okay, to make our pattern even more precise, we can add what are called anchors. That little caret symbol means starts with, and the $sign means ends with. When you put them on either side of your pattern, you're not just looking for the word Nahumsek anywhere. You're telling the engine, I want to find a line that is exactly the word Nahumsek and nothing else. This is how you get incredibly precise with your searches.
So now that we have those basic building blocks, character sets, quantifiers, and anchors, how do people use this to find, digital gold? Let's take a look at how these patterns are used to hunt for secrets on a massive platform, something like GitHub.
And this right here just perfectly illustrates the difference. A basic search for the word Equifax is going to give you thousands, maybe millions of results. It's just noise. But a regex search can look for a very specific pattern, like any subdomain that has the word API in it and also belongs to Equifax.com. You see? You're not just finding a word anymore, you're finding a specific type of asset. It's a game changer.
And what kind of gold are we talking about finding? Well, we're talking about things that other people miss. Things like hidden subdomains, secret API keys that were accidentally left in the code, hidden server endpoints, usernames and passwords, and even really sensitive stuff like personally identifiable information.
Okay, check out this real-world example. This pattern is designed to do something incredibly specific: hunt for API endpoints on military websites. The first part looks for any kind of subdomain. The second part targets Navy.mil specifically. And that last part, it's looking for a path that indicates an API, specifically version 1, 2, or 3. This is a level of targeting that a simple keyword search could never, ever accomplish.
So you've learned the syntax, you've run your super specific search. What's the actual payoff here? What happens when one of these patterns gets a hit on something important? Well, the results can be absolutely massive. Using these exact kinds of techniques, people have found API routes that were leaking sensitive personal information. They've discovered internal monitoring tools that led them deep inside a company's network, even finding server memory dumps that contain all sorts of goodies, secrets, passwords, access tokens, the whole shebang.
And what's the tangible value of finding these things? Well, the discoveries from these kinds of targeted regex hunts have led to bug bounty payouts of over $15,000. And that's just from a single set of findings. So this isn't just some theoretical exercise, it has real tangible value.
So here's the crucial point. This is the big takeaway. Regex lets you completely flip the script. Instead of just randomly sifting through mountains of data hoping to get lucky, you get to define exactly what you're looking for, write a specific pattern for it, and then go out and find it. It's a proactive, surgical way to explore data.
At the end of the day, the world is just swimming in text-based data. You've got source code, log files, documents, configurations. It's everywhere. And once you know how to search by a pattern instead of just by a keyword, you start to see possibilities everywhere you look. So the only question left is, what hidden patterns will you find?